Hi, my name is Hassan Shamu. Now, what inspired me to be an actor was when I watched Twitches for the very first time in 2008. I instantly fell in love with what I was seeing. I loved the physicality, the emotions, the dialogue, so much that I got up out of my chair and I started imitating what I was seeing on screen. I was taking pieces of dialogue, improvising with it, moving around, and just doing all these different emotions. And I said, I enjoy this. And then I learned that is what acting is pretending to be someone you're not, or just taking the pieces of the layers of a character and expressing them in a way that you feel fit. Now, throughout high school, I've done multiple theater productions, including Beauty and the Beast. I was LeFou, loved it tremendously. I've done Misery and Measure for Measure. I have done a lot of plays from Carol Churchill in college, and through each one, I've learned something different about myself, something different about acting, and just learning from so many different professionals in the field, some like people in LA, coaches from my agency, going to IMTA and getting an award for singing, as well as Young Adult Actor of the Year award, just made me realize this is where I belong. I love stepping on the stage and expressing myself and just continuing to learn what I'm capable of. And that's why I want to go to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, to continue to learn, to get high level education from the best of the best in the industry. So many success stories from you guys, from Broadway to acting, and Hathaway, Paul Rudd, so many people have gone to the school, and I've been following you guys since I was 17 years old, and I told myself, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to audition for the Academy, and I am going to show them what I am made of. And that is why I want to audition for your school. My first monologue is from the play Present Laughter, and I will be performing as Gary. I don't give a hoot about posterity. Why should I worry about what people think when I'm dead as a doornail anyways? My worst defect is that I'm apt to worry too much about what people think of me while I'm still alive. But I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm changing my ways, and you're my first experiment. As a rule, when insufferable young beginners have the impertinence to criticize me, I dismiss the whole thing lightly because I'm embarrassed for them and think it not quite fair game to puncture their inflated egos too sharply. But this time, my highbrow young friend, you're going to get it right in the neck. To begin with, your play is not a play at all. It bears no relation to the theater, or to life, or to anything. It is a meaningless jumble of pseudo-intellectual adolescent poppycock. And you yourself wouldn't be here if I wasn't bloody fool enough to pick up the telephone when my secretary wasn't looking. But now that you are here, I would like to tell you this. If you wish to be a playwright, you just leave the theater of tomorrow to take care of itself. Go and get yourself a job as a butler at a repertory company, if they'll have you. Learn from the ground up how plays are constructed, and what is actable, and what isn't. Then sit down and write at least 20 plays, one after another. And if you can manage to get the 21st produced on a Sunday night performance, you'll be goddamn lucky. My second monologue is from the play Measure for Measure by William Shakespeare, and I will be performing as Claudio. Oh, Isabel, death is a fearful thing. To die and go we know not where. To lie in cold obstruction and to rot. This sensible warm motion to become a kneaded clod. And the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in thrilling region of thick-ribbed ice. To be imprisoned in the viewless winds, and blown with restless violence round about the pendant world, or to be worse than worst. Of those that lawless and uncertain thought imagine howling. 'Tis too horrible. The weariest and most lulled worldly life that age, ache, penury, and imprisonment can lay on nature is a paradise to what we fear of death. Oh, sweet sister, let me live. What can you do to save a brother's life? Nature dispenses the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.